Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of So Tell Us Time. Hope you guys had another productive Monday. What a great day. Don't we all love Mondays?
Of course.
I love Mondays. They're the best. The absolute best. They're the best, man. I love Mondays. I really do, actually. You have a great weekend. You come in on Monday, and it's a fresh start. Get going. Get your week going. As an entrepreneur, I love Mondays. And I think that it's good to have a good attitude about Mondays, and it just helps the rest of the week get flowing. We show up on Monday ready to work, and then we have our company meetings on Tuesdays, because that way Monday it's like you come in from the weekend, you can get through all those emails, you can get through all the work that you need to get done, prepare for the next day, and then Tuesday we have those meetings, and it works really well for our business. And then we always try to have like client meetings Wednesday, Thursday.
Yes. Leave
Friday for open for anything that we need to get done, and it makes for a great week.
Absolutely.
I do not dread Mondays. I think Mondays are great. So hopefully you guys are all that same way. Or if you're not, then get there. It'll make your life better. All right, today, guys, on So Tell Us Time, we're going to be talking about Uncle Sam is knocking. Dun, 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 dun. He's knocking on the door. He's coming for you. He wants what's his. And why are we talking about this right now? We're talking about taxes and tax season and you know, write-offs and all this stuff. Why are we talking about that now, Trevor? It's not even Thanksgiving yet. What the heck? Don't put doom and gloom on my doorstep already. Well, now is the time to plan and prepare. In November, that's one of the worst things that businesses do, is they wait till the new year to plan and prepare, meet with their accountants. But the problem with that is, and not everybody is victim of this, but a lot of our new businesses are, and people who just don't even really think about it. You need to meet with your accountant in November because you need to be planning and preparing for, you know, what needs to happen for this year.
Yeah.
This year, right?
Yeah, exactly. Most of them, they just meet with their accountant to hand over, hey, here's everything that happened last year. And their accountant is looking at it going, oh my gosh.
Dang. I wish we'd have planned.
Yeah, I'll share a story a little bit later about that.
Yeah. Hey, let's get right into it. Let's go. Let's do this, Troy.
Yeah, so it's really important that you meet with your accountant in November, some businesses maybe even in October.
Yeah.
Right? So you can plan out the year. So here's what you got to do. You've got to give them a copy of your year-to-date financials.
Yeah.
So your bookkeeping has to be all done and up to date so that they can get a pretty clear picture of what's going on in the business. And what you want to do is you want to send that over to them ahead of time. Don't bring it to them at the meeting.
Yes.
So that they then go, okay, great, I'll review this, and you basically wasted your time, right?
Yeah. Well, and a lot of businesses struggle with this. They don't keep up on their financials. They're months behind. And so us talking about this right now, they're like, well, I don't even know until the end of the year.
Yes.
You should know. You should be caught up, and you should have your projections for the last couple of months so that you can get with him, right?
Exactly.
Or her.
Yep. And then you want to set up that appointment after they have reviewed the numbers, right?
Yep.
So give them time to look at it and also to think about what you need to do. Then you're going to want to meet with them. When you meet with them, you want to review your net profits. You want to review your expenses. You want to review your projections, everything, so that they have a really good picture of what are you going to possibly make, you know, this year, and then what have you spent money on?
Right.
Right. And that's really important. And then step number 4 is you got to figure out what you need to do before the end of the year, right? Because a lot of the stuff that, like when it comes to your taxes, you've got to make sure it's all done before December 31st.
Right.
You know, even though you don't pay your taxes till the next year, everything's done. Most things are done before the end of that fiscal year, right? So that, you know, it may be, they may tell you like, oh man, you have quite a bit of profit and you need to buy some new equipment.
Right.
Right? Or maybe you need to upgrade equipment.
Yep.
Right? Because you
Buy
don't.
a new truck.
Yeah, exactly. Because you've got so much profit that it's going to end up, you know, you pay a lot of taxes.
Well, it could be as simple as they say, hey, listen, we really need to make this, you know, $5,000 go away, or this $50,000 go away, or $100,000. So what do you do with that? You can plan and prepare what to do with that. It could be a truck. It could be equipment. It could be, you know, if he came to us and said, hey, you need to spend another $50,000 that can be a write-off, we would be looking around the office saying, okay, what do we need to do in order to get that?
Right. Exactly. Now, he might say to you, you need to stop spending money right now, right? So that's another good thing.
Yeah.
He may tell you like, look, look, you've gone way over now. You need to cut back and save some money, because guess what? You're going to pay taxes, but based on your financial numbers, you're not going to have the money for it. Right? So that's a good thing to know. Another thing is they may ask you to or suggest to you that you invest your profits into like an IRA or, you know, a 401k. They may say, again, you've got too much profit in here this year. You need to put that into an investment.
And that's a really good thing for people to think about, because I feel like it's always like, and I have a lot of buddies that do this as business owners. It's like the end of the year and they're like, all right, you know, and their accountant's like, hey, you got this extra money. You got this extra 80K that needs to go away or whatever it is. And so they're like, cool. Like, what can I do? Like, oh man, I'm going to go out and get a Can-Am and I'm going to wrap it for my business. And, you know, I'm going to use it in the, you know, parade and, you know, market my business and all this stuff. Right. And they're looking at ways to buy toys and do things like that. But with the IRA and the 401k, how many of you don't have a retirement set up?
Yeah.
If your accountant is coming to you and saying, yo, you need to get this $100,000 and it needs to go away, or $20,000 or $5,000, whatever that is, and you don't have a retirement, don't look at the toys.
Yeah.
Don't look at ridiculous things that you can buy. You can do that, you know, maybe you've already done that, maybe you can do that next year, whatever it is, but put it into some sort of retirement for yourself.
Yeah.
Be responsible.
Absolutely.
Make a good choice.
Exactly. Now, the other thing is they may come to you and say, you really need to make a quarterly tax payment.
Oh, geez.
You know, because again, if the government wants theirs, and not only do they want theirs, but they want to get it like throughout the year if you have too much of a profit. So he may come to you and say, look, if you don't pay a quarterly tax payment now, you're going to get penalized, and it's going to be thousands of extra dollars.
Yeah,
right?
I am terrible at that. I am a victim of this. I just forget.
Yeah.
The year flies by for me. I don't know if it flies by for all of you, but for me, it flies by. And all of a sudden, I'm like, hey, Troy, weren't we supposed to make? And he's like, yeah, like your third quarterly tax by now. And I was like, oh, crap. Okay, well.
Yeah. So again, something you want to know before you hit the end of the year. Now, real quick. So those are the 4 steps. Those are the things you need to be doing right now. But I want to tell you a quick story why this is important. Several years ago, I had another business, and right at the end of the year, I sold that business.
Yep.
And it was like November, December that I sold it off. I got paid 100% of the money right then, you know, for the business. It's like the last month of the year. And I made the mistake of not meeting with my accountant. I should have, before I even closed on selling the business, I should have met with my accountant, but I didn't. And then it was the end of the year and I was busy and I didn't meet with him. And so what did I do? January, I come in, hey, here you go. Oh, and by the way, I sold this business and I got, you know, all this money. And he's like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
He's like, if we would have met last year, you know, towards the end of the year, he goes, I could have saved you about $60,000 in taxes.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, it was on top of $60,000 on top of your regular taxes. I remember because I was going, holy crap, dude. Like, you just paid more in taxes than 90% of America makes like in a year.
Yeah. So huge mistake on my part.
Huge mistake.
Huge mistake.
Well,
I learned that lesson.
And you know what's funny is we still fall victim to it. I mean, I remember a couple years ago, even last year, well, we're cranking, things are growing, we're growing hand over fist. I mean, we're having year after year after year of like 30% growth rates and stuff. And it was just phenomenal. But the bank account, you know, the company account, because we always keep, that's the other thing too, is we always keep money, obviously, a nice big fat chunk of money in the bank, because we need to be able to, develop things. We're self-funded, right? We haven't gone out and gotten money from anybody. We're self-funded. We have this big fat, account. And we always say, like, as we make more money, as the company makes more money, we increase that.
Right.
And so here it's like all of a sudden the end of the year came, and I think it was like, I don't know, October or November. And I said, Troy, I haven't really looked at the bank account lately. How are we doing? And he's like, well, let me look it up. Pulls it up and he's like, whoa, we're doing pretty dang good. And I'm like, so I pulled it up and I was like, oh my gosh. And we had not been planning or preparing, because we knew we were doing so phenomenal, and we knew that it was growing and everything like that. We just didn't realize how much growth we had. And by the end of the year, it was like, well, crap, we just had to take the hit. We just took the hit and we paid the taxes. And, it sucks. It sucks to pay all that taxes. But we definitely were like, okay, this year, we've got way more write-offs. We've been paying attention. We know what the growth was going to be projected like. Obviously, COVID hit. And so it was a little bit less, but still phenomenal growth.
Yeah.
And, we're prepared. We're going to do just fine this year because last year, and make sure you don't make that same mistake. With the last 4 years, you guys may have seen the best years of your businesses.
Right.
And so that's a case for a lot of the clients I'm talking to. So if that's the case, make sure, even with COVID, make sure that you have these things planned and prepared and that you don't make the same mistakes that you did the last couple of years, because I feel like we just get busy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Absolutely. So that's the homework. Get out there,
Yep.
get your financials done, get your appointment, and sit down with the accountant.
Absolutely. It's going to be phenomenal, guys. Hey, we're so excited. This year is almost over. I know that this year has sucked. COVID sucks, right? Shutdowns suck. Mask mandates suck. Like all this stuff sucks. People dying. Horrible. Horrifying. But for a lot of businesses that are still out there, the ones that did survive, they actually have done pretty well. Give yourselves a pat on the back. If you're still listening to our podcast, that means you're one of those people. You have done well. You have survived or even thrived during this craziness. And that's exciting. So, guys, get excited. Stay excited. The year's almost over. 21's going to be better than 20 was. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Positive attitudes create positive results, actually. So let's get out there. Let's do it, guys. We will see you next week on So Tell Us Time. We love ya. Promote us. Send us out there to all your friends. Get on YouTube. Watch our videos. It's way more fun, okay? We'll check you later.